Hey everyone, welcome back to my Hogwarts Castle building stream. I'm Father Roderick, and let me show you the table. Made a little bit of a change this time. I pre-arranged all the various bricks for the steps that I'm about to undertake. This is a very important but also slightly boring aspect of the entire build. In the sense that I have to complete the tower. Oh, look, now we have two. That's not exactly what I wanted to do. There you go. That's what I wanted to have, the little insert on the right side of your screen. So I can see you, but you still have the entire view of the table. So we're building the sides of the castle tower, which is the biggest, the tallest element of the build. It's a bit tedious, but most of the time that I wasted last time I built this part of the tower was just sorting all the various bricks. And as you can tell, there are many different tiny pieces here. So hopefully this will help me to accelerate. In the meantime, feel free to comment and say hi in the chat. And I will try to sometimes narrate or read what's in the chat, so that people that are watching this afterwards still know to whom I'm talking. So right now we have Mike in the chat room. Good morning, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Let's start with the first step. That is right here. You can't really see the entire table. Let me change the camera just a tiny little bit, so you can just see the edge. Does that work? Something like this. Now you see the maximum amount of table that I can show with this camera. All right, the first step is very easy. It's just two pieces. The next step involves, what does it involve actually? Oh yeah, right. This is basically a lot of counting, trying not to miss any pieces, because it's very hard to undo little mistakes later on. I've learned. I'll be glad when this tower is done. It is kind of the centerpiece of the build, but still, it is a bit of a hassle. There we go. Oh yeah, this is so much faster than than what I did last time. Just add a bit of a piece here. I realize you can't really see what I'm doing. How can I change that? I can turn up the camera a little bit. Nice. You can see part. You still can't see the table. I'll turn this around so you have at least a little bit of the castle to look at. So we're building this tower. Hey Jenny, thank you so much. Jenny is wishing me a happy birthday because that was yesterday. I did do a little bit of streaming yesterday. All right, let me focus. Where are the pieces for the next step? They're here, I think, yes. So, one more here. That's it. We'll add this and white. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Had a very quiet birthday. The only thing I did was to play a few board games, or one board game in the evening, which was fun, with a few friends. I need to get this big chunky manual that I need to kind of put somewhere where it's not in the way. even though I've got a very big table, it's starting to become really crowded, really hard to put everything in place. All right. Let's see. Where's the next step? I think it's this. No. I think this is it. No. This must be it. Very good. Okay. Or is it? Okay, my preparation could have been a little bit more. Or did... Oh, maybe I forgot this. Should be 7 of these, that's it. Yeah, this must be this. But I don't see that one piece. It should be this one. Hey Joseph, thank you for the birthday greetings. Birthday wishes. Unfortunately, I have to kind of hold the manual, kind of put it underneath the PC or underneath the Mac. No. Okay, well, I won't touch it. There we go. 1, 2. This is a window. We played the board game Wingspan, which is all about birds. You have to collect birds and put them in their natural habitat. It's mostly based on American birds. So for us Europeans it was a little bit, well, not confusing, but we didn't recognize any of those birds because we don't have them over here. So I learned quite a bit about American birds, knowledge that is incredibly unuseful. Okay. But it was fun, it was something different. Kind of a strategic game based on nature. A little bit of an educational slant to it. But I have to say it wasn't my favorite game so far. It was a little bit repetitive and just not much of an end game either. It's a weird window, okay. Let's see. I gotta sneeze. My apologies. I always try to remove the microphone before I sneeze, so I don't blow out speakers. 1, 2. There's something very relaxing about board games. It's very different from computer games because you're always playing with a group. In this case, we were playing with a small group that I joined a while ago for another game, and since then we always kind of gather with the same participants. There's only one member that couldn't make it yesterday, so Inge was there also to complete the theme. Complete the team. All right. There we go. Now we have one. Oh, wait a minute! I got to do this twice. Now I see. Okay. That's why I had so many spare parts. I did not pay attention enough. Okay, let's try to do this. Is this smart? Probably not. Okay, let me move the book to the other side again. 3 of these. One, 2. One more. Yep. This one. Another white one. Yep. And next. Here. Okay, so we've got this connector, this one, another. There we go. Brown. Yes. White. It's still way faster than yesterday. And dark brown. Here we go. Next, get that same. Same order. 1, 2, a window. A flat piece. Another window. Yet another window. So this is kind of the pièce de résistance for the first half of the castle, because there's another part of the castle that's still coming up, and that is almost the same building time as this first part. So hopefully it won't be too excruciating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I want to finish this thing. I think the only difference is that it will have less stickers, which is always a good thing. I've been building this since December. So it's been quite the adventure. And it hasn't been really that boring, except for perhaps for people watching. But to build it was actually quite fun. But I would like to see the end result. I'm just curious to see what it looks like once it's entirely finished. And put it on display. One last window. And 3 more of these. Yes, there we go. Plus another triangle here. Then we need to apply a few stickers. Hey Zena, thank you for the birthday wishes. It is looking really, really good. I'm super excited about this. I did correct one sticker this morning that I kind of slightly misplaced yesterday. It's Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. And once I put it in place, I noticed that the central column didn't really align, which was a bit annoying. Okay, about 1 millimeter, slightly less than a millimeter. Where does this go? Oh, okay. So it needs to be here. Fortunately, the stickers seem to be made of plastic, so it's not really, it's not paper, which means that you can remove them and replace them without them tearing or. Wow, that's weird. Okay, so apparently one sticker, that can't be right. It's almost as if they made a mistake here with the stickers. Like they're not in the same place in the manual. So let me show you. One sticker, according to the instructions, should be here. The other one should be here. So I'm thinking they made a mistake, but I'm not entirely sure. Well, actually, no, I think that is meant to be. Why would that be? Oh, now I understand. Wow, that is cool. You know why they are in different locations? This is meant to be, because these are actually, these represent tiny little windows. And it's like, so why would this one be here and this one here? Why shouldn't they be symmetrical? But if you put them in place, the other window stickers will be even lower than that. And so it means that on the inside, there is probably a staircase, and these windows are supposed to light the staircase, and that is why they're not in the same location. It makes sense. Wow. Because of course the staircase is curved. Okay. Well, now we need to turn the castle around. This is the hardest part, to be honest. Do I want to finish this before Elfia? I have no idea. I'm just going to do as much as I can. So I'll just show you the tower so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. Elfia's next week, so I'm not even sure that I'm going yet, because I don't have tickets. And I'm still kind of pondering. I would like to go on a trip as well, which would mean that I won't be there. Okay, let me see what we can do. On the other hand, I'd love to make another documentary at Elfia and make a couple of videos, because last time with the episode about fairy tales, that was quite a bit of that was quite popular, proved to be quite popular, because of course it's a thing that a lot of people enjoy, and I always like the people there are so creative, so kind. So many stories to tell. Yeah, you see, this is quite difficult. Hold on. Right now I'm kind of struggling with the wires of the headphones, so I'm going to take them off here so I can get it a little bit closer to the build. So I have to apply some pressure. I can't overdo it because otherwise it will destroy the model. I had the same problem yesterday as well. It's a really tight fit. And I'm very afraid that I'm destroying part of the build if I overdo it. Jeez, that's what I was afraid of. Let's come undone. Let's see if I can first press this one together. Yep, that's number one. That's number two, and then this. Maybe. I don't know where. there's so much space there. And I can't really put any counter pressure on this for fear of... There's such a gap between these two. That's not normal. I had exactly the same problem yesterday. I was applying these sides. There's a massive gap here. Well, let me just switch to one camera only. See if I can show you that. So you see the gap between these two white pieces? That's where this connector should be, but because of the gap, I can't put them together. And you'd think that all this is super, you know, like it's bricks. It's all mathematics, but apparently these molds sometimes just show tiny little differences. Like I can tell that there is a bit of a problem here with the interior pieces. I wish I could just take it off first, build the thing, and then stick it and put it upright, because it's really hard to get to those pieces. I feel that the problem is this piece right there. It is not, it's kind of crooked. So in order to kind of put it in place, I have to now trying to apply pressure, but that doesn't work either. Oh, now this one comes loose. What's new? Okay, let's try again. I've been warned that this was going to be a very, very difficult step. Such an ambitious technique as well, to make a round tower. It's very, very hard to do with Legos, and I totally understand now. This is the price that I'm paying for that wonderful technique. It's almost impossible to make it fit. No, it's getting loose again. Don't know. There's not enough space on this table. Let's see. Let me bring this even closer. Hope you can still understand me. Don't know how to fix this. Let's start at the bottom. Yeah. And this one is already a problem, like the second attachment. Okay, here we go. This sticks more or less. Now I think this is now we're going to have the problem. The problem is just moving. Yeah. The problems that I had down the tower are now moved to this upper part. Can't make it stick. Let's see if I get. Can't really put any counter pressure to the bricks. Okay. Careful now. Ah, no. What happens when the entire thing comes loose? Okay. There's a lot of tension on these pieces. Okay, I think that's more or less what it's supposed to be. It's not entirely, feels like I'm cheating a little bit. Well, yeah, it's a little bit crooked. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. This has come undone. Pushing this back. I just don't get it. Why is that crooked? Whew. Okay, well, it's not perfect. That's for sure. I just hope it stays put. And now they want me to put this other piece in place as well. Something tells me it's going to be just as disastrous as the other one. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man, this is hard. Yeah, it just won't work. Start at the bottom here. Ooh. This is absolutely the hardest part of the castle. It won't fit. It's crazy. And I know it's because the tower itself is not straight. There's just too much wiggle room, and then these bricks don't like that. Oh no. Maybe if I push the upper part in place, will that help? No. Oh, now this one comes loose. Wow. Oof. I really don't think that kids could do this. Ah, man. Yeah, it's almost as if there's like 0.5 millimeter missing. Hey Helen, yeah, the tower is so tricky. Can't believe how hard this is. It's so hard that it's not fun anymore. Oh man. Oh. Yesterday I've been fighting with this another part of the tower so much. It took me like 15 minutes to get it in place. Just couldn't figure it out. And it's not, I didn't skip anything, it's just the build is so, it's like every fraction of a millimeter counts. And if one little tiny variation blocks construction, you can't forget it. You won't be able to attach it. Oh man. It's kind of hard to carry a conversation as well while fighting with this. Okay, that did something. Okay. I'm so afraid to put too much pressure on it and then destroy it. Like the entire, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of. Now it comes undone. At the bottom, same place as the other one. So this is exactly the same construction problem that we had 10 minutes ago. Mamma mia. So you can't squeeze my fingers in the, because the tower is already in place, you can't get close enough. You can't really, there's no wiggle room. Man, if this were a video game, I would have quit the entire thing. No, there goes the tower. Oh man. That is, of course, everything's so fragile. You should just super glue everything in place. There's no way in the wizarding world that I'm going to be able to fix this. It's just not working. What to do? Even just to the bottom, it's just impossible. Okay, that one. And this one. Even this one doesn't fit for some reason. So stupid. Why won't it fit? Okay. Now we've got that same, like there's a millimeter. There's a gap of a millimeter in between these stupid tower tiles, which is preventing the whole thing to connect. And I cannot understand how there's so much space between those. It's just impossible. I can just tell. Yeah, that there's no way in the world that is going to connect. Absolutely not. It's impossible. That just won't fit. It can never fit. Because I have to somehow undo 1 millimeter. And I don't know how, because everything is where it should be. It's almost as if I made a mistake somewhere. That can't be. Well, of course it's possible, but it's not logical. Let's kind of push this down. Maybe, just maybe by forcing it, but it's going to put so much tension on these tiles. Maybe like this? Again, it feels like cheating. I think that's it. No, well, still see that this is not entirely aligned. Now it is. Okay, it's a good thing I'm streaming this, otherwise, it's just like yesterday, I should have gone to confession. Ugh. All right, well, kind of looks a bit crooked. Okay, next. Let's hope it'll hold. And then I'm already afraid that this next step, this is going to be one of those larger side tiles of the tower. And it gave me so much trouble yesterday. I'm afraid it's going to be a repeat of that. I'll be so happy when this tower is done. Oh no. Wait, what? Oh, okay. One of these. A green one. There we go, moving the camera a little bit. This. Right. There we go. Next, this. Uh-huh. So I guess with large structures like this, the risk that you get misalignments is just increased. Like let's say every floor of the tower may introduce like a small error in alignment, like a fraction of a millimeter. Normally you wouldn't notice that, but because it's so tall, all these fractions of a millimeter add up, and then you get to the point where you can't kind of cheat your way out of it anymore. So I hope that this is good enough. Certainly not perfect, but okay. Next we'll do windows. The Leaning Tower of Potter. Yeah. May just be the camera that is exaggerating. It's a wide-angle camera, and sometimes the distortion on the sides of the lens are making it look worse than it actually is. I'm trying to comfort myself, of course, here. Okay. This morning I was planning on seeing Shazam, and then I couldn't find my wallet. Or not my wallet, but usually I have my card, my bank card, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It's always normally in the side pocket. It was driving me insane. So I ordered the ticket, and then I just missed my flight. I just said, in the end, it turned out that the bank card had slipped from my pocket in the crack of the chair on which I normally put my clothes during the night, and I not checked that. So it took me about half an hour to find it back, and then Shazam had already started. And then I was so frustrated, it was like, okay, I guess I won't be going to the movies today. And I was like, this is so typical. It happens to me all the time, this sort of stuff. I want to believe that I'm not the only one who has this. Some people just seem so organized, so Marie Kondo, and my life is never Marie Kondo. It's always Marie Catastrophico. Let alone, you know, in families when you have to deal with multiple people and things get lost or kids lose things. Oh, just can't imagine the stress that causes sometimes. Stickers, hooray. I love stickers, not. Oh, it's crooked. Might not build it exactly on the tower, asks Evo. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but the thing is, with this build you really have to follow the instructions very carefully. There's just not, there's no room for improvisation, because there's a reason for every step. So I don't think it's possible to build it in a different way. I've discovered early on that sometimes I was like, why do I have to do it this way? And then I discovered afterwards, oh, that's why. Okay, this should be fast. Yep. If I don't drop the pieces, that is. 1, 2, 3. Yes. The good news is this is the final. Wait, is this the final piece of the tower? No. There's another one. There's another one of these that I have to build. Ah, I thought I was done. I'm not. Okay, 2 more and then I'm done with the tower. At least with the hardest part of the tower. I think it ends with a dragon on top of the tower, which by then should be piece of cake. Oh, I get the other problem that I had yesterday as well. These tiny pieces that don't really fit that well. Okay. There we go. Do I have to add windows? No, the windows are already in place. That's good. Okay. Like this. Build the siding directly on the tower. Yeah, but that is probably. I mean, if I see how much pressure I have to put on these things, if I would build that straight on the tower, the whole thing would probably collapse. And I think also in terms of kind of the manual, it would be so hard to explain how to do that. The designs are already very cluttered because they have to show so much in one image. There we go. So this Tuesday, no, was it Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. I was in Belgium to interview one of my former colleagues in the diocese, and has now entered an Augustan monastery in Belgium. We've known each other since seminary. But then we went to his room, and I noticed that he too had a number of Lego builds in his small monastery room. And I was like, I didn't know you were into Lego. It's a closely guarded secret, I guess. See, in certain aspects, we're definitely we have similar interests. So you may get the same kind of remarks and frowns from his fellow Augustan monks. Like, why do you play with toys? I get that a lot. To be honest, it's just because when I was a kid, I didn't have the money. Lego is so expensive, and now I can afford it, and it's still fun. Ah, this one again. It's the same old problem. Let's try another piece. Just won't fit unless I apply a lot of pressure. Let's see if I can do it this way. Oh, even this is hard. Wow, okay. So the problem is this connector. Jackie says, who couldn't love Lego? Just had a build party with my nieces yesterday. Too much fun. Yeah, it is. But some people, it's like video games. Some people just forgot the value of play. And they think that the only, they would do same kind of people that kind of look down on TV or movie going, like it's not serious enough. Thinking perhaps you're taking yourself too seriously, and maybe that is the problem. But God is a builder, isn't he? He's a creator. So I wouldn't say that creation is a waste of time. My fingers hurt. Play is extremely important. Even it's not just educational for in the younger years, but play also keeps you young. And it's good for the brain. That is scientifically proven. Video games are good for reaction speed. I guess this is good for for finger strength. It gives your hand a good workout. Zena says having a 3-year-old is very therapeutic because you still have to play all the time with them. Yes, it's true. It's true, and I assume that it's not just good for the child, but also for the parents. Okay, well, again, this was harder than it needed to be because the plastic is slightly misaligned. Okay, we've got a few more. Okay, we need to put 14 of these in place. And then we're done with this step. Finally, something simple. I have to say the build-up in terms of difficulty may be part of the genius of this set. When you start it all, it's kind of like easy and it's very quick, and then the further you get, the harder it gets. So that may be on purpose, to not scare you at the beginning. Okay. And these are going here. Hey Zena, do you notice like an evolution in the type of games that kids play over time? So I imagine, since it's so linked to overall development, that there are phases in that as well when it comes to the things that kids like to do or all of a sudden lose interest. Like, I'm not certain if boys will be boys, if that is always true, because of course people keep evolving. And the older you get and the more skills you acquire, the more complicated things you can do. I also really don't know if it's true that, you know, boys and girls are so different in when it comes to things they like. I remember as a child I was interested in anything that was play. I couldn't really care if it was for girls or for boys. However, I see with my nephews that the youngest is very much into cars, and my niece is very much into dancing and the more the girly things. Okay, there we go. Okay, here comes the next Calvary. I have to somehow put this piece of the tower in place. Joseph says, I've lost interest in the games that I used to play. Like, for example, I sometimes have like moods where I don't play a certain video game because I'm kind of bored with it, and then I'll pick it up a few months later and then it's all fresh again. Okay, I'm going to take off these headphones again, because I need to be closer to the build. Yeah, just as I feared. It's just as hard. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, there we go. No! Oh, everything's disconnecting again. Oh, what a pain. Come on, stay put, will ya? I'll use super glue one of these days. It's driving me insane. I'm afraid to say what kind of games. Okay, I won't ask. I won't inquire any further. Oh no. Okay. Whew. This is even worse. Huh. Hmm. Let's try to have patience. Trying to be gentle and firm at the same time. No. Oh, great. Entire thing disintegrates. Now we have this upper part that has come loose. At least I can reach this part a little bit better. I kind of hope it's... I can just see that there is a tiny gap there. It's part of the problem. And I can also see that there is a little bit of a dent in this plastic piece, which could also be... See if I can smooth that out a little bit. I think there are multiple reasons for this not fitting well. Some of it also has to do with the quality of the bricks, I think, or the type of plastic that they used. Yes, that one is fit. That one is in place now. This is the only one that doesn't work. Gosh, what a fight. Impossible. I'm looking for something I can use to test it out and see where exactly the problem is. I have like a spare piece. Joseph wants to know if I ever paint plastic figurines. No, it's definitely something I would love to do, but I haven't done that. I've never done that. I've never been trained in doing that. I have a friend here that is very good at painting figurines. So he may be able to teach me how to do that. Oh man. What about you? No. Yes! Whoa! That's put so much pressure on this thing. Whew. This is just physically exhausting. It's a workout. It's a Lego workout, I tell you. Alright. Tower is more or less what it should be. Final part of the tower. That's going to require a whole bunch of new plastic bags. So I was looking into the Harry Potter minifigure adventure game, which has beautiful small figurines. Let me put these back so you can understand me better. There's this Harry Potter adventure game with miniature figurines, and it looks amazing. But the figurines are made of resin, and so they're all dark gray. And you need to hand paint them yourself, which is kind of part of the fun for a lot of people. So you see beautiful examples on the web of people who kind of did an amazing job painting that, but it's so tiny. So you need to have a lot of patience, you need to have very steady hands, and also a lot of experience. So it's definitely something I wish I could do, but I know I can't. Joseph paints anime figures. Just got an Optimus Prime piggy bank head. Can't wait to paint it. Tower looks great. That's cool. The last time I painted stuff was when I was building model airplanes. I was like between the age of 12 and 16. That was my big hobby. But even then, I would always have so much trouble. Very similar to this, the experiences during building this. It would never fit, and then I'd make a mistake, and oh, it was so much suffering, so much stress. And I'm sure it's because I'm a perfectionist, or that's part of the problem. So everything, instead of being something joyful to do, became a way of the cross. And then I draw comics with ink, with real ink. And that too, would be so stressful because with ink, of course, you get blotches and smears, and I would get so frustrated. And it would never be the way it looked in the instructions. That was also frustrating. That's one of the advantages with Lego. Kind of if you manage to put everything in place, and at least it looks more or less the way it looks in the advertisements. I think with painting figurines, I'd be constantly stressed out. Also, another thing that I notice is how expensive that hobby is. Very, very. I mean, it's just plastic, but because of all the licensing costs, you just pay a fortune for what's basically just a few pieces of plastic. Like with these miniature like RPGs, the Warhammer stuff, before you have an army, you kind of easily spend a couple of $1,000. And to me, that's not always worth it. So you also get spoiled through, you know, the digital video games where, you know, when something goes wrong, you just start again. And even with digital painting that people do nowadays on their iPads, it's not a problem if you make a mistake. You can just step back, just, you know, undo. Whereas in real life, a lot of things are irreversible. Just like life in general, I guess. It's much easier to lead the life of a video game character than to live the real life, because you can't restart. You have to always suffer the consequences of what you do, including the mistakes. Okay. Helen says, I saw a lot of amazing painted figures on a weekend back in mid-March. An organization I'm with hosted a Warhammer Age of Sigmar international tournament in Adelaide. About 50 people. The strategies were amazing to watch. Yes. Yeah, that looks amazing. One of my parishioners is into painting these Warhammer. Actually, he sold his Warhammer figurines that he hand painted, like hundreds of them, and it looked amazing, almost too beautiful to play with. And then they make these dioramas, and I often wonder where people find the time to do all that. But I guess that's also what people are wondering about my hobbies. Windows. I notice it's slightly faster now that I know what's ahead of me. Although I know that there's still some suffering ahead of me. Trying to connect this last piece of the tower. Okay. All right. Here we go again. Slightly different order. Oh. There we go. Joseph says, Warhammer is very expensive. For me, not worth it. Painting with shoe polish is probably the most fascinating method I've seen. It's how I started with this hobby. It's quite strange. Wow. Sounds exotic. I bought a couple of those Star Wars figures. These, like, I don't know, how tall are they? Like this. It's very simple plastic. They were very cheap, $10 a piece. But I bought them just so I would be able to, hopefully, to learn some of the techniques of weathering and kind of making it look more realistic, because the paint is automatically painted. But I think it should be possible to make them much more realistic by applying weathering techniques, and so I kind of feel more comfortable trying that out on cheap toys than on expensive miniature figurines. Okay, some more windows. Now I don't know if the kind of plastic lends itself to painting, because of course that's not every type of plastic will the paint will not always stick to any type of plastic. Whew. Liquid shoe polish is great for weathering and detail. Really? Nice. But shoe polish will always stay more or less, I don't know, it doesn't, it's hard to fix it, right? Every time you touch it, it may cause smears. Okay. Slightly different technique here. Okay. This one goes here. Right. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. Triangles. Okay. That's one of my favorite aspects of summertime, is to have more time for creative things. When you're a child, it's almost as if you have all the time in the world. Just the amount of time that I spend drawing cartoons and like, how is that possible that time is going so much faster nowadays? And even then, I was complaining about homework and never having time for my hobbies. When I compare that to my life right now, I was such a spoiled brat. That's weird. don't trust that. I think I'm skipping something. How can that be? I think I missed a beat. Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. Huh? I built this exactly the way it should be. I used 2 of those. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Oh, wait a minute. I see what I have to do. I see. I see. This one goes here. And then we'll use these tiles, these flat tiles. Oh, I can tell the light is changing. So let me go to my camera settings here. See if I can. Yeah, that helps. And then webcam. Put that on manual. How does that work? Apparently I can't really control this. Wait, what? Manual. Exposure time. There we go. No, what happened? The screen goes dark. What is going on? Okay, something weird going on with frequencies and stuff. Oh well. Okay. The green pieces go. Oh, hold on. First, we close the gap. 1, 2, 3, plus these. Yes. Finally this one. Okay. Good. Hey, I'm missing a piece. Quite an important one. Oh boy. I'm missing one of these. I only have one. I should have 2. That's not good. That is not good at all. Oh no, wait, no. I was not looking right. It's actually, these have the same, they look the same in the instructions, but one is slim and the other one is thick. That's why I was confused. Yes. Good. We're getting there. We're getting there. 1, 2, 3. good. Now we go for these small ones again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we use those to fill in the gaps again. I'm already dreading the moment I have to attach this final panel. But hey, we survived the first 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, so maybe, just maybe, this will be a doozy. Hey, Hank. Hank lives, or his parents live in this town, so he can always come over and watch the real thing. Okay. There we go. Now we have this dreaded piece. Yeah, this is going to be a disaster. I just know it. This is going to be lots of suffering. All right. Okay, I've got some leftover stuff that I'll put here. And here we go again. Oh man. I am just scared. Let me turn the castle again. Oh man, I'm scared. Let me take off these headphones. I could use a magic wand. I wish there were incantations for successful Lego building. And I'm afraid that's not the case. Wingardium Leviosa. Or Lego Reparo. That would probably it. Lego Reparo. Should ask Lynn. Our resident Harry Potter connoisseur. Is it going to be another tight fit? Probably impossible. Even this, it's a very simple base is not fitting together for some reason. No. Last time I used a lot of force. So maybe that's the secret. She used a lot of aggression. That's number 1. That's number 2. That's number 3. It just felt like for once it would be easy. 4, and 5. Yes! Ha ha! Wow! You know what? I think the rigidity of the tower, having increased with the appliance of these other parts of the wall, kind of helped this final part. I'm almost certain that that is why it is much easier to put this last one in place. But oh, I'm so glad. I am so happy that this is over. Just look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's quickly finish this last step, and then I'm going to take a break and make some tea. I'm going to put in place a few more technical. I always forget my headphones. So when I don't have my headphones in or my ears in, can you still hear me? I don't know how sensitive that microphone is. 1 and 2. I'm so glad that this is over. Ah, what an ordeal. They should warn people against this. Not for the faint-hearted. There we go. Bit more decoration. And you can still hear me, that's fine, that's great. All right. Very good. This is very simple stuff. Oh, we're going to build the... Oh, that's fun. We're now going to build the staircases, the moving staircases. You know, the revolving ones in the main tower. Ah, nice. Been looking forward to this. They actually look very simple. Very simple. I'm going to build 2 staircases in this step. There's a little bit of residual plastic here. Huh! And they use these, this is technical Lego, they use these as staircases, like miniature ones. That is so smart. Constantly surprised by just the inventive ways of using existing Lego pieces. Now we're going to build the sides of the staircase. Look at that. Sheesh, I like this. I like this. Look at this. This is a staircase. It's going to be able to move around. Going to build a second one. Oops. 3, for. There we go. And there we have staircase number 2. Very easy. Delightfully easy compared to what we've just finished. Okay. And now we're attaching these. This is a very nifty solution again. Let me see if I can show you what I'm doing. So in order to be able to move these staircases around, they've created these revolving platforms. You see this? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the staircase. Oops, there goes a tower. It broke off. No! It broke off. Okay, I need to super glue that. It is so fragile. Okay. Well, that was because I was trying to show you what I was doing, so I guess sometimes I'll have to pay the price for that. You know what? I'm not going to take any more risks. I'm going to pull this towards me, and I'll show you afterwards. It's probably wiser. I can't believe how fragile that little tower tip was. What kind of glue do I need to use to glue Lego? I don't know. Come on. Yeah. Whoa. This is not easy. No. Again, it looks so simple, but it is not. It's quite tricky. There we go. There we go. Now it is in place. And here's the second one. I wonder if I can just use hobby glue or if it needs like a special component glue. I have no idea. That's it. It looks a little bit wonky. Okay. There we go. So, ta-da! We've got moving staircases. Isn't that awesome? That is so brilliant. I love it. Okay. Now, how am I going to fix that tower? Oh. So apparently this happens a lot because the tower pieces are included in the spare parts. So there's another one here that is intact. Still surprised that it snaps off that easily. That shouldn't happen. I'm going to try to glue it anyway. It's going to be hard to glue. I may need to use super glue. But for now, let me just replace it. If I can pry it off, that is. Wow. Seems to be stuck. Okay. Almost. Almost. There we go. Yeah. Put the new one in place. There we go. I'll be a little bit more careful next time. There we go. It's all fixed. This little cross snapped off. I was trying to install the staircases. All right. Well, that wraps it up for now. I'm going to take a break. Make myself a cup of key. And then we have a few more steps before we finish this part of the castle. And all those steps involve building the tower, like the roof of the tower, which is an entire room in itself. So that will still take quite a bit of time. But for that, you'll have to tune in for the next live stream. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I may actually do some more in a while. We'll see. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.